So here's why I think Donald Trump is on course to win another 4 years. For years and years and years, American politics, and indeed even British politics, has been overrun with slick talking politicians that will offer you a hand of friendship on the left and be holding a knife behind their back on the right. And the American public and the British public have grown sick and tired of that. That is not what they want. We've seen a similar phenomenon here in the UK, where they've elected Boris Johnson for similar reasons as to why they're about to re-elect Donald Trump. Donald Trump, for all his faults, for his racism, his sexism, his rapey nature in general, for his tax dodging, his Vietnam draft war dodging, for all his faults, he speaks like the average American. Something comes into his head, it just comes out of his mouth. Now you can argue whether that's him or whether that's a manufactured character. The fact that he isn't an average American, the fact that he is a billionaire who has been given everything to him all his life on a silver platter, is irrelevant. He speaks like an average American. He's not slick talking, he's not saying one thing, meaning another. He just says it how it is. And that is something that I hate people saying when they speak about Donald Trump, but it's truthful. If he feels something, if he believes something, he will just come out and say it. So as terrible as he is, with Donald Trump, what you see is what you get. If he says something, he genuinely believes it. I believe that he genuinely believes what he says. And even if he's caught out in a lie, he won't go as far as to admit a lie, but his behaviour and his attitude around that lie, it's like a petulant toddler who's been caught out in a lie, and we all know they're lying, but they refuse to admit it. So it's sort of, with Trump, he's a brazen liar in a certain respect. He doesn't come out and be like, yeah, I'm a liar, but the way he will behave will demonstrate that he doesn't care if he's caught out in a lie. It doesn't bother him. He knows he's been caught out in a lie. We know he's been caught out in a lie, but he will just say, no, I didn't do it. And that's that. He won't try and wriggle out of a lie. So that is why people vote for Donald Trump, because Donald Trump represents change. And as terrible as the change is, the Democrats need to wake up and smell the coffee, because for as long as they're putting people like Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden forward, Donald Trump or the Republican Party, as long as the Republican Party keeps putting forward these demagogues who come forward and they just talk direct to the point, the Republicans are going to continue to win. The Democrat thing, what we need, I wrote an article on this on my WordPress blog, you can go and check it out, is what the left needs is a version of that, but a humane version of that, because we've got it here in the UK as well. We've got Boris Johnson, who is essentially Donald Trump from Wish, and he bumbles and he umbles and he says silly things and he comes up and he fucks up his words, and people gravitate towards that because it's like them. How many times have you been in a job interview and you fumbled over your words, or you've said something and you thought, why the hell did I say that? That was stupid. It happens to the layman a lot, an awful lot. And so people like Boris Johnson and Donald Trump, in my belief, they curate these personalities and they come out and they act like the average American citizen. So they say things that they mean, and they believe what they say, and they're not slick talking sociopaths. I do believe there was a study actually that proves that there are many sociopaths in politics because of the way they lie. And these people come out and they say what they mean, and that's that. There's no wishy-washy, you have to work out whether they're lying or whether they're telling the truth about Donald Trump and Boris Johnson. With Donald Trump and Boris Johnson, they will lie, and people will know that they will lie, but they will continue to elect them because of their demeanour, their personality. You know, with Boris Johnson, with Donald Trump, you know you've got a narcissistic liar on your hands, but they don't pretend to be anything different. So what the left needs to do, what the Democrats need to do, what the Labour Party needs to do here in the UK, is have a leader that's got a personality. Because unfortunately, like it or not, personality wins elections. They need leaders who will say what they mean, be direct and to the point. In fact, I read in, I think it was Dennis Skinner's autobiography, that when Jeremy Corbyn won the Labour leadership election in 2015, it came down the nominations for the left wing of the Labour Party came down to Dennis Skinner or Jeremy Corbyn. And Dennis Skinner said, no, I'm too old, I'm too over the hill for that shit, give it to Jeremy Corbyn. So they gave it to Jeremy Corbyn, who was very, very wishy-washy and not popular with the electorate. I'm sorry, Jeremy Corbyn fans, I love the guy. I love the guy's policies. That is fact. He was not popular with the general public because he was too wishy-washy, too vague, and he didn't have personality. It's as simple as that. I firmly believe had Dennis Skinner got the nomination, had he accepted it, that we would be knee-deep in a Labour government by now, because Dennis Skinner has never been one to mince his words. He comes out, he says what he means, and he means what he says. And that is what the left needs if they're going to start winning elections. It's as simple as that.